Good morning. This is Christopher Marr. I'm an attorney in Mahopac, New York. This is the Friday morning legal subject that we select each week and have a brief discussion on. This week, the topic is hate speech. Hate speech is a crime under certain circumstances, and I've recently had occasion to be involved in a case involving hate speech, and it is a seriously prosecuted crime. It's not something minor. The situation I was involved in involved an individual who made calls from his home in another state to people in other states, which gave it the interstate element to make it a federal crime. And the individual was extremely threatening and was basically commenting on things that he had read in the newspaper about certain subjects. And if you are living in the world that we live in, you don't need me to tell you what these subjects are, because people are commenting on them very vocally, very publicly, and it's a situation that has caused the federal courts to become actively involved in prosecuting these cases. The incident I was involved in had to do with a client who made these calls. He thought that he had protected himself by, in his mind, shielding his numbers, his phone numbers, but today you can't really do that. It's easy to trace, especially with the technology utilized by agencies such as the FBI. And even though he thought what he was doing was protected, it was not. He was calling up, making threats, very graphic, very hostile, very agitated threats. And he got caught. He made a large number of these calls, some to very public figures. And what I have learned from this case, which I knew previously, but is that there's a line that you can't cross, because if you cross it, you lose your First Amendment freedom of speech protection. And in this case, this individual did. The federal statutes that govern that area of practice are not eminently clear about when that line is crossed, but it's like has been said about other subjects. You know it when you hear it. You know it when you see it. And in this case, there was a large number of calls to a whole host of different people, and threatening messages were left, messages that to an objective viewer would appear threatening. And in this instance, this individual was prosecuted in the federal court in New York City. Ironically, at the same time as there was a trial involving hate speech and a hate speech speaker against Senator Manchin, threats that were made and threatening speech that was made towards Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia. That speaker found out the hard way after a trial last Friday, where he was convicted, that his speech was not protected speech. He faces, my understanding from reading the articles is he faces up to 20 years in a federal prison for that crime. My suggestion is that if somebody is so agitated and upset that they resort to that type of conduct, that as an attorney giving legal advice, the advice is you got to channel that conduct into some other space. And I don't suggest that it be where you think that you can shield your speech and somebody won't find out about it. Even though individuals think that they can block their numbers or somebody won't find out, it's still, if you have the technology such as the FBI does, it's still fairly easy to track that call and match it up. In this case, match it up to my client. So my suggestion is that you not do it. And that's my Friday morning legal topic. If you have any comments, you can call me anytime. If you have a question about this subject, call my office at any time, 24/7, and we'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you so much.